Didn't we talk about this? Why are you guys mad about video game women again? I must admit, I don't really keep up with the video game controversies these days as much. I've been busy actually enjoying video games. And once again, I will take this opportunity to preach the gospel of virtual reality. I've been completely addicted to contractors for a while. I think I've mentioned this before. It shows up in my social media all the time. It's by far my favorite way of playing online shooters. And no, this isn't sponsored. I'm just a real fan. I wish they would sponsor me. Not the case. I just love the game so much. My point is that I feel like VR players are the only people really enjoying the magic of video games anymore. Magic, yes, I said the word magic. While you guys are whining and comparing screenshots of like, this is the PS5 version, this is the Xbox version, this is... While you're doing all of that and foaming at the mouth at this kind of stuff, we are playing what amounts to Counter-Strike 1.6 and having the time of our lives. So I would love it for you to join us. Perhaps this way, the chatter about video game adjacent bullshit would go down a bit. Maybe. Am I being too optimistic? Probably. You know what I'm talking about. Naughty Dog has finally got off their asses and introduced a new intellectual prop. That intellectual sounded a little bit weird. I have to be more careful with my pronunciation now that I'm an English teacher, in case you didn't know. Naughty Dog introduced a new game, which obviously got the internet mad as f***. The protagonist looks like this. She's a bald chick. Apparently, that is the worst possible thing because everybody's whining the usual bull. Everybody's going on and on about how the game is woke. Elon Musk tweeted about this. I mean, of course he did. And if I can point that out, it seems to me like they're betraying what they used to say about how it doesn't matter who's starring in the game or movie or comic book or whatever, just make it a good one, make it a good story, make the gameplay fun, we don't care. So they would say about who's in the cover of the game, but it doesn't seem that way because everybody's also whining about the fact that Siri is now the protagonist of the next Witcher game. I'm not a Witcher guy, and to be completely honest with you, all of my understanding of this character comes from like reading people talking about her and, cosplay pictures. So I'm not even sure if that's how you're supposed to pronounce her name. For all I know, it's Kiri. I don't know. My point is, everybody's whining about how she's supposed to be this girl. That girl right there is apparently too ugly for the internet. Remember the old Fark meme about pointy knees? If you understand this reference, you need to see a proctologist this year, probably. Pointy knees, that's what I see. That's what I see. Everybody's whining about the chick from Intergalactic. It's a sci-fi adventure made by the people at Naughty Dog. Could we please give these guys the benefit of the doubt? Have we learned nothing? And by we, I mean you, because again, I'm too busy shooting my friends in the face in VR with what amounts to, I'm sure, it looks like to you, N64 graphics. But again, I need to make this point very clear. Looking around and seeing the world envelop you while you're holding a rifle that you have to like pull out the magazine, put the new one in, rack the next shot, raise it again. That is, again, I'm lost in the magic of video games again. Remember those leaps from like say the NES to the SNES, then the N64, and when the PlayStation 2 came out, I thought that looked more real than the real world. And well, VR definitely looks better than a PS2. Anyway, why am I talking about VR? I'm scolding you guys. And I get it. I understand. The progressive crowd is annoying as fuck, especially the English-speaking progressive crowd. Look, I'm in Brazil right now. And to use the lexicon of these people, Brazil is, by and large, slightly less woke than North America. Certainly less than Canada. And I will give you that. The English-speaking woke part of the world is exhausting. Exhausting, I know. But the problem is the anti-woke crowd is getting even more hysterical. Like, honestly, dude.
Fucking pronouns!
I forget who said this. It was some comedian. But he said that he doesn't believe in having an ideology. I think it might have been Chris Rock. He doesn't believe in having an ideology because that is kind of knowing what a person will answer before you even ask the question. People become very predictable, for better or worse, when they follow strict ideologies. And That's the thing, right? This ideology, and you cannot deny that anti-wokeism is an ideology. It's very predictable because when I saw a picture of the protagonist, this chick with the shaved head, by the way, lots of Akira references in the trailer, bodes well, I think. If you're gonna borrow, borrow from the best. I knew that it wouldn't be long before there's, weird dudes, angry as hell. And look, I sort of understand where you're coming from. I kind of do, right? Because I saw this meme, I hope I can find it again, the "Which way, Western man" meme. And on one side, there was a picture of the protagonist from Intergalactic, and then on the other, some scantily clad chick in like lacy lingerie or whatever, some game, I don't know. Maybe it was I don't know, looked like some kind of Japanese game. They don't seem to care about that as much over there. I'll give you that. I would rather look at the other chick than this one. Yeah, sure. I'm a straight dude. I'm not sure if you can see that. That's a Warhammer 40K comic book back there. I have now embraced being a super nerd. Warhammer 40K, perhaps the last bastion of nerddom. Let's go with nerdom. The last bastion of nerddom that I hadn't really explored that much. Well, that changed because of these comic books and Space Marine 2. Again, I'm enjoying games again. You should try it. As I was saying, I'm a comic book reader, right? I don't mind cheesecake. For those who don't know, cheesecake is how comic book fans usually refer to gratuitous TNA and things like that, like fan service, right? Of the, how do I put this? I don't even know how to say this. What's the euphemism here? Of the naughty variety. Very, very appropriate. I brought that truck back here. As I was saying, as a straight dude, sure, I prefer to see the other one with the stock. Yeah, whatever, right? But here's the thing. It's not bad, I don't think, to be attracted to that kind of art, to prefer that kind of art. Back in that iPad there, I have a bunch of comics from a small publishing house called Zenoscope. So their whole thing is they saw that the market was going in one direction, right? Moving away from the cheesecake and the, you know what I mean, right? Like if you read comic books as long as I have, you know that there was a moment when they were, switching costumes to something else. And yeah, I looked at that and I said, I guess somebody got offended. Maybe I just have too many real problems to worry about, but that doesn't get me frothing at the mouth like these dudes. And the same thing applies here. I guess it's because ultimately you have other ways to get that, the aesthetics that you're looking for, right? Like, am I an idiot for thinking this? I feel like I've made this video 3 times. You can play games with hot chicks in them. You can read comic books with hot chicks in them. You can type certain words in your computer right now or this very phone you're watching me on, and you will see all the naked ladies you want. For that reason, it's not the fact that you're attracted to that. You're being a guy and liking those things. I don't think that's necessarily a problem. It's weird that some of you get so mad because you don't want to fuck this one video game chick. Right? And by the way, Siri? It's Siri, right? I'm pretty sure it's Siri. I didn't watch the Netflix show either. Siri looks hot, dude. Okay? I don't know what the hell you guys are on. She looks hot. What's wrong with you? What's going on? Look, you're giving us a bad name. Let's just be honest here. This is the thing. You guys are giving us a fucking bad name, man. Okay? Getting this mad because the chick from the video game is bald. Really? It makes you look fucking weird, and by extension, it makes us, gamers, people who walk around with a fucking Tetris t-shirt, it makes us look weird. So for the love of God, can you just go to Pornhub or whatever, and then type whatever you want, and then you can see whatever, and then you don't have to be acting out like they're taking your safe space from you, right? Because this is what this is about, right? It's the girls taking away the video games. And again, I get it. Some of you have a sense of entitlement, like you own the hobby. Every hobby has those guys, and everybody else hates those guys. I'm telling you as a friend, you're being kind of weird, and you're scaring the bitch. Oh, joking aside, for real, man, social media has gotten us at each other's throats for literally anything. And it's just not necessary. We can all agree on that, right? It's just not necessary. You haven't played the game yet. Who are you really mad? Who are you really mad at? Was there some bald chick in your past that seen this made you go what was it? Did some bald chick cut you in line? Did some bald chick ding your car at the parking lot at Best Buy? What the fuck happened? This isn't normal. This This isn't normal, dude. This is not normal. I'm sorry. But getting this mad over some video game character, that is like, the only reason you think this is normal is because you're surrounded by people who also do nothing else but tweet angrily about woke video games and woke comic books and woke whatever the fuck. When will you realize that that is an industry? There's a whole new industry that caters to people who are angry at silly things like that. And the dystopic thing is, there is no shortage of actual things, actual injustices to be upset about. This is what makes this whole thing even more surreal. Anyway, what do you think? I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead. Beta, soy boy, cuck, whatever the hell else. That's all you know how to say anymore, right? I'll be playing some fucking video games with my friends and having fun. You guys go ahead and freak out about some bald chick all you want. I'm not gonna stop you. It's a free internet, I guess. But that's all the time I have for today. If you're not lost to the Twitter hive mind and you also think, like I do, that this is much ado about nothing, let me know in the comments so I don't feel so alone. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you understand that reference, you definitely need to see a protagonist. If you understand that reference, you definitely need to son of a bitch. I think I had that one.